Anyway. Is your main goal self-defense?
Yeah.
Or your main goal fitness and
Self-defense.
self-defense pure?
Yeah.
No competitions?
No competitions, just self-defense.
Maybe take this off. 'Cause I'm looking at the
Yeah.
Okay, so that helps because there's so much we can do with this.
Yeah.
We can use work karate, punching,
Yeah.
kicking, but you kind of got to know how to punch and kick.
I don't know the basics.
And
I mean, if I were to punch, I would
you would
go.
just punch.
Yeah.
So I'll probably teach it kind of like a regular karate class, but then I'll start throwing
Yeah,
in my.
yeah. Let's start with the basics and then
Yeah,
time.
okay, good. All right, when you first come in, we just bow. You can wear socks or not wear socks. It's up to you. We'll do a lot of pivoting.
Okay.
So if you find they're slick, take them off. And
Yeah.
Wear them. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. In the wintertime, I wear actually I sometimes wear shoes.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have a heater out here
Okay.
and fans, and it's not too bad. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get started.
Okay.
We'll just stretch out first.
Okay.
So you can look in the mirror, you can look in the mirror, whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. Just give her neck loosened up a little bit. Just kind of stretch to the side. If you'd like to return, you can. The other side. Pull it forward, or up, and forward. Just kind of loosen up shoulders. Ugh, don't get old like me, Ricky. I got 20 years on you. Reverse. Well, how old are you?
26.
Oh shit. 26 in front of you? Almost got 30 years. Now, this, I'm not necessarily trying to pop the neck on in the body. There's energy that kind of flows through there.
Okay.
And it's energy comes through. I mean, you might pop your knuckles, but that's the result, but that's not what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Shake out your wrist here. Just kind of get all the joints
Yeah.
lubricated and stuff before we get to
Yeah.
because we do twist and bend and, you know,
Yeah.
the more flexibility you have, the safer your time
Yes.
is. Hands, shoulders, across.
Like, oh no, Pat broke my wrist.
Well, I haven't broken anybody's wrist yet in 40 years. You might be the first, I don't know. And back. I can usually tell when somebody's in pain. I'll just hold it there. And I'll go beyond.
Okay.
Other side. Now, let's see. You'll get, most likely get buzzed, maybe bruised. Only once I ever had a broken bone was me when a girl kicked me on the playground.
Oh.
Off my hand.
Okay.
Black eyes are rare, bloody noses, maybe. Temporary short bursts of ow. Okay, it's
Okay.
more likely
Yeah,
what to expect. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Let's, nope, I've got her doing everything but karate. It seems like. Yeah, bloody nose or a little disorientation, but not. Skiing, I broke my
Yeah.
both thumbs, blew out my knee. I mean,
Yeah.
karate saver. And forward. Oh crap. Oh. What have you been doing for a workout?
I just started like a week and a half ago. I've been running.
That's about it.
I lift once in a while, maybe
times a week. Yeah.
I used to use a lot.
Yeah.
When I was your age.
I've just been running mostly.
Okay. Just gonna shift this side. We'll do a lot of, what'll be weird is we'll do some kicks and you'll use muscles you just haven't used.
Yeah.
So in a day or two you might go, ah, the other side. See, it's hard for me because I could teach you 3 different styles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And switch tools up. So we'll probably get a little where we can have a history of Ryukyu Kempo, which is Okinawa martial arts.
Kempo, isn't that something with sticks?
A scrum of sticks, Filipino Cali. They have a lot of training in that. I'm not like belted in it, but we do it a lot. And then I have Taekwondo too, which is mostly kicking.
Yeah.
And I have black belts in that. Grappling. I'm not a judo master or jiu-jitsu master or a wrestling master, but I've done them all a lot.
Yeah.
So you can see that influence also. That's what Lewis likes.
Yeah. He likes that. He'll show me a few moves.
He likes grappling. Everything's he does. I don't know. He just gets excited.
I went to the gym the other day, about a couple of days ago. He was showing me a few moves. Like, try to tackle me. He just grabs me by the head. Choke holds, arm bars.
That's good.
Yeah.
And we might take something he likes
Yeah.
and then develop it.
Yeah.
You know, don't do this, do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Well, if he does that, do this.
Yeah.
It's a long, slow. Takes a while. Okay. Oh yeah, let's see. So we've never really done this at all, right? We're boxing, no. Well, in the old days, we used to be very straight like this. But now we're more, more like a boxer. I'm thinking I'll probably teach you more of the boxing.
Okay. Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Because that's what I use.
And to move around.
Yeah, always moving, always moving. When I demonstrate, it'll be pretty stagnant. But everything's in motion and moving.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to get from, always try to get to at least here.
Okay.
Because that takes that out. Then you don't have to worry about that one so much. I don't have to worry about that back leg. If I start to like this, you've got everything available to hit with. So I kind of like to be here. I'm in a superior position.
Right.
Okay. So if you stand like that, to me, I'll just move over a little bit. See, now we're kind of equal, but I only have the slight advantage because I am touching this arm in a better position. So if you try to punch with that arm, it's a little harder for you to come all the way through. Yeah. And if I feel that resistance, go ahead and start punching with that. See, I'll just circle around. So I kind of go away from that, kind of controlling this, and I get a free kick. Right. Okay. Just got to think along those lines.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do jab.
Okay.
Okay. So jab. If you can get in the habit of closing your fingers and keeping this one straight, if you can. Okay. Going like that. It's hard for me, and I'll tell you 90% of the time I'll just go.
What do you mean keep this one straight?
Yeah, this one's straight. Yes. And this can go over on top. Sounds weird, but it really strength. It has a lot more strength throughout the wrist and stuff when it's in that position.
Like this?
Yeah. Okay. If you can do that, great. For me, it's harder for me to do that because I did this for like 20 years different. But this, in my opinion, is better.
Okay.
So when we're punching, I like to kind of keep the wrist straight here. Okay. So, but don't, come on in now. Don't always be just very close.
Okay.
And right when you get there, it'll might tighten up again.
Okay.
But don't. You're resisting yourself. Okay, so that's how we go. Hey, Lewis, how you doing, buddy?
You good? Hey.
Okay. and then track this finger on top. It looks weird for me because this bone's a little shorter.
So the knuckles will be like this.
The knuckles, you're going to be focusing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's not necessarily this.
Okay.
We're actually going to be getting it.
Okay.
This is where it gets complicated too, because they teach you how to punch, but when we really fight, I don't actually punch the head too much,
Okay.
except when I'm playing. You know, I will use these knuckles to graze in and stuff. But I won't, because of the angling of that hand. If I'm not this close, I'll sprain my wrist on your skull. Does that make sense? If I reach out here like that, it puts greater bend in this wrist, and I'll break it. So I'll teach you about jab, cross, look, uppercut, because those motions are all we do. It's just I'll tend to open up that hand.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm teaching you something that's bad or has weaknesses,
Okay.
but because of all the angles that we use, they're all just about the same. Okay. This is just stuff I learned over 40 years of, oh crap. I've been doing it that way for 20 years. You guys won't have that. Okay. Okay. So when we jab, this hip will turn, and that hand will just come out. And it comes out straight. There's no twist. In the old days, I used to have the twist.
Yeah.
And now
did the
it's
twist
straight.
right
Yeah, it's straight.
Okay.
Okay, it just goes, just put the hand there, but the body's going to follow. Okay, because if those hips don't follow you, here's your range. But if I let that hip move, I get an extra 4 inches there.
Yeah.
Okay, if I let that hip, now look what my heel's doing. It's turning. It's actually turning. Right?
Yeah.
So that gets you the distance. So, and it's easier on that. Here, it turns. Okay. Now when you bring the other foot, okay, see where our weakness is, that foot releases again too, and that heel comes up, and you'll get that distance out of it. Okay. So here, I always just kind of keep my hands up in this area, the generalized area. All your power is going to be in a box, well, right here. Try to do everything right here. When I grab you, I like to grab you in this area when I'm strong. Okay? When I get out here, you're super strong here. I'm weak because I got all my. I can't work. But when I get in closer, I have a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So. Ready? Turn. Just do this with your foot for a second. Yeah. Let the other hip. Now with this motion, I will actually probably can open the hand. When I open that hand, see now, if I don't open the hand, when I come like this, it's going to hurt you. It can hurt my hand too. Okay. If I come up this way, get up under the eye, that's probably okay, all right? But I might hurt my hand on his forehead, so I'll open it. So I might be bam, bam instead. Okay? The effect is far greater, and the chance of me getting hurt is far less by opening that hand. Okay? So I mean, all you've seen on TV and the UFC fights and all that stuff is bam, bam.
Right.
You don't really see that. But that's but their hands and wrists are wrapped.
Oh yeah. Keeps it stripping.
Okay, yeah, so you gotta watch that. That's why. Freaking nervous. Okay, so anyway, we've got our jab and cross in. Let's go to a kick. Okay. Front kick. Back. In the old days, I used to always stand really like this for demonstrations, but really, we'll be short like boxing. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll teach it from here. Like I said, I've done so much shit, it's hard for me to cycle through. I want to discard a bunch of crap I don't even want you to know so I can help myself. Okay, so we'll still keep our hands up here like this. This foot comes up and out. And see how I pull my toes back? I'm really trying to kick with this part of my foot. Now, if you've got a boot on, that's okay. Go ahead and toe kick them. That's
Steel
cool.
toe.
Yeah, you got steel toe, take advantage of the weapon, okay? But in your barefoot,
Yeah.
you gotta get those toes back. Or you can
Right, okay.
So, and I actually almost spear my foot out a little bit like that to get that extra reach out. It won't necessarily be like this. Even though I can kick with the heel, it's just harder. It's just harder. It's more advanced. I don't usually do it. Okay? I'll kick with that ball of the foot like that. It looks like that. Okay? My hands are up. It's up, out back, and I'll go all the way back, but in reality, I'll kick and I'll be falling forward. Okay. I'll be falling forward because I pretty much never go back. Either I'm going forward or I'm kind of circling a little left and right. It's too hard, unless I'm blending with something, you know. Lewis has these big ass guns and they're coming at me like this. You know, I might blend. I might blend with him a little bit. That's probably the only reason I go backwards. Okay. Okay. So, up, out, back, and down. Okay? Jab, cross, front kick. Okay, you can kind of put three weapons together there. Okay? Jab, cross, front kick. Okay? Now, I'm pretty sure that in your eyes you see front kick is this is it. Okay? But more likely than not, this first movement, this part, this thing right here, that's the first part of front kick. First part coming in here. Okay? And or I should kick them all the way up. Okay? But the second part of it is, there's the second part. So it's you could do it either way. You could go straight for the long range, but in short range, this is the first part of the front kick. Is really weak. And that's the second part of it. Okay? From here, of course, I don't have anything for my knee to touch, so I gotta get in there and go for the target. But when I'm in close, that first part of the front kick. Okay? Alright. So we've got jab, cross, front kick. Okay, let's do that. Round kick. It's very important. I try to disguise my kick so that everything kind of looks like a front kick to start. But you're not sure if it's coming this way, or that way. That's what I try to do. Okay. So it comes up to here. Now this foot here needs to pivot. Okay? And this foot will kick across. Okay? That's round kick. And I'll kick with the shin or the top of my foot. Okay. Either one. Or when you get, it's harder. But ideally you would actually kick with the ball of your foot. It's just the angling was kind of hard. But when I come into the leg, I'll come in this way. Okay? If I come into those ribs right there, I will pull those toes back and I'll kick with the ball of the foot. Okay? If I kick to the head, most likely I'll use the top of my foot because I'm short and it's a more flexible person might be able to use the ball of the foot. Okay? Alright, so this is, we call this round kick, some people call it a hook kick. So from here, it comes up, the legs pivot, and this comes out across the center line. Only bring your knee till you find it. Look at your center line in the mirror, and that's where the knee goes. And wherever that knee points, that fires up. Okay, so if you're flexible and you point your knee up, that kick goes up to the head. If you point that knee down, the kick goes down. So wherever that knee point, this is your gun sight. Just point it at what you want to shoot.
Question.
Yeah.
That guy's looking at me ugly. Can I do these kicking and that?
We'll put all that out here in a second. We'll be going on. Okay. Okay. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you bring this knee too far over, the power generated to target is much shorter. If it's here, it has a little more distance to travel to generate some velocity. Okay? All right, so let's try that a few times. So up, pivot, kick. Sometimes it's easier in motion to do. Okay, then you can step down. You can just keep kicking across. Okay? try to let it go relaxed. Don't have muscle tension. You guys are lifting weights, and don't do that. You're actually work against, you know, when you're trying to be, you're slowing yourself down. Relax and let it just glide out there smooth, just like you're walking. Okay? You know, you're thinking of your chest like this, but your legs are relaxed. Okay? You want your whole body relaxed when you're coming up there. Okay? All right, so comes up, pivot, kick. And now when I move forward, I cheat. Notice how I told you have to turn this, okay? But if I'm going to kick again, I just turn it right away. I don't have to turn it. I don't have to actually step down, pivot, and turn, step down, pivot, and turn. I just step in that position automatically. Okay? All right, so a good way to move with this, there's two ways you can move, gain distance. Okay? We'll step in front, which puts that foot in the right position, and I'll kick. So I can move forward that way. Okay? The other way is just to bring it from the back, move forward. Okay? It's just a way to move forward with it. Okay? Now, remember I just told you earlier that I don't like to stay straight on, I like to kind of move to the other side.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at somebody here, and I go to do this kick this way, okay, I actually like to move. Okay, I like to move. And just keep moving, especially if one of you guys have like a power arm. Everyone has like a power arm. So I just like to circle away from it, or attack it first. So, you know what I mean? So I don't get hit with it. So everyone will have, a lot of people have this. This power swing. Let me just go the other way, or touch it first.
So if you're right-handed, I'll stay on this side. From right here.
Well, you'll stay on this side. You're moving.
Oh, okay.
So you'll always touch here. Just touch here. See, now you got it. Now you can feel it. When I start to do, you just move or apply, yeah, you just move or apply pressure, and you're away from this. Okay. So a lot of times things, once you learn this stuff right off the bat, it's like, makes it hard for other people to defend. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's good. Good to know. Okay, so we've got jab, cross, round kick, front kick. We've got 4 weapons now. Okay, and they could go in any combination of movements. We've got front kick, round kick, jab, cross, front kick, round kick, jab, cross. Okay, you've got 4 weapons now. Okay, all right. I think that's good for punching and kicking. Yeah, for starters.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lewis likes to hit things, so let's give him some target. Okay. Okay. We'll give you both target. Now, don't hit these things hard until you're confident that you're not going to sprain the wrist or sprain the toes. Okay? And once you're confident, that's fine. Okay, so let's do our front kicks first. I'll just give you this bag. Okay. Come up. Here, let's see what I use the ball over foot this time. Okay. On these bags, they work best if you just let them go forward. You can kick them all the way over. You ain't have to pick it up. Okay. But here, that's good, solid. Okay, if you want to push it over, you're just gonna just kind of put a little heavier weight on. It's not the end of the world. All right, so let's work front kicks this way. Round kicks, I usually use the top of my foot. Okay, now when you're doing these jab crosses, okay, keep this straight. Don't let your wrist collapse here. Keep it straight, right through here especially. So straight, and then when you pivot, straight. Okay? Get the toes back. Now, if you want to go ahead and try this, using front kick, I'll go center line. And I do round kick with the ball lift when I come about on this line. Keep my toes back. If I'm going on this side, I'll go top of the foot. Okay? I'll come top of the foot.
Whoa, what happened?
Here's the trick. Okay, so for these pegs, put them on edge in a low position. Down here with your toes. And some are heavy, so they'll get your toes. All right. So be careful not to hit the base. Some of our kicks are coming down. It'll hurt. Okay, so go ahead and work front kick, put the ball at your feet. And you can sit here and jog a little bit and then pull that. Jog, you can shift right, left, okay? Now as you guys are moving, if you're moving, if I'm going that way, this leg's in front, this leg tends to move first. I never really cross my legs, okay? So I might be stepping this way and I might kick, I might be stepping this way, kick, but I try not to. What kick's going forward, you know? It's kind of hard. The only thing I can really do is unwind and do a side kick, which is not the shot. But we always want to keep lead with the back leg going to the right, if this one's in front, and lead with the front leg going the other way. But if you switch stances, you'll lead with the back leg and you go with the front. This is just, okay, so you can add that and those kicks and punches. Go ahead and just play with that a little bit. Have fun. Kick as hard as you want. Don't hurt yourself though. You're here to learn. Bruise your body, hurt too much. I'm getting air out of my diaphragm. So when I punch, I'm breathing out every time. If I get hit in the exchange of blows, you've had the wind knocked out of you, right? Okay. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. You could take a hit 10 times stronger if you breathe out. So if there's an exchange of blows, breathe out, and you can take the hit. You screw up. We try not to take hits. I mean, we're not out there to. There is techniques that we can just sit there and make our body all tough.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something else. Okay, but yeah, breathe out. So we want you just keep having just breathing out. And that way, if there is an exchange, you don't get that, you don't spasm that diaphragm. You're going. And that gives them, I mean, it depends. But as a minimum, I'm going to get 2 hits in. If I knock the air out of you, you go,
Yeah.
I hit you flash right there. Because you came down, your hands came down, and you got 2 free hits. So, you know, get in the habit of breathing. All right.
This ain't the same Pat you see at the nurse, is it? At
No,
the
no.
hospital. Whole different Pat. What I need help with, I mean, is this one how to hit right? Because I keep hitting my toe.
Yeah. And sometimes, don't think the motion up. Think of the motion
Oh,
that way.
Okay.
And then your hips will be pushing forward.
Oh, that's
And that
better.
will help
Yeah.
push the hips forward. Okay?
Yeah, way better.
So if your bag gets too far to the side, you can go to the other side, or you just can't sit on the side.
Push it back this way.
Or do, yeah, they will travel. There's a little, you know, there's a little travel opposite way. That's what okay, so I see you're kind of standing on the ball of your foot here, and your foot's relatively low, kind of like this, okay? Go ahead and keep that foot down, bend this way, coming on the top. See how you're coming up, try not to. Okay, try not to. And I think I saw how much is, this thumb is dropping out, this coming up. Oh, if you ever get caught in a gi tom or spring it, like this. Usually skiing, but the same idea. Okay. Yeah, just watch that. Okay. Learn from my
Okay,
now you changed your kick that time. Did you kick with this? No. Okay. That's just a different kick. I haven't showed it to you yet. On that kick, we'll try to kick with these parts here. Try not to hit this, but we'll try to hit with this part. So that kicks more this way. Okay? And then, of course, you can do the other side the other way. So one comes this way. Same leg came this way, same leg goes that way. Just an inward downward crescent kick. Okay, so we can show you that. The key to this is not to bring it up too soon. If you bring it up here, you're never going to get there. Okay? If you bring it up too close, you can't generate the velocity. So probably about coming up at this angle is best. Okay? And I like to, so if Lewis is like this, you can be pretty close with this. But if I did this, he could see that. You know, but if I put a hand in front of his face a little bit, like this, shit. He dizzy a little bit, okay? He dizzy a little bit. And how hard I hit him.
I'm good, I just...
Okay. But, you see what I'm saying? It kind of sneaks right through here. So, when you you could hit him. Okay? But you can also just put that hand up there and block that. Okay?
Yeah.
To disguise.
My leg's not going to reach that.
You guys will. I think all of us can kick without head high. You will be able to.
We'll do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not practical. It's not really practical for me to do that. Maybe if I was, when I was your age, maybe.
Yeah.
But my age, it's not practical anymore. Okay, I can still get it there, but it's not practical. But another thing about putting the hand here is Lewis is probably going to grab it.
Yeah.
He's going to grab it.
That's the first. Yeah.
So, you know, I get up in here, I want him to grab it. I like him to grab it. That's good for me. Okay? Because I'll just re-grab it. I like people to grab. Matter of fact, if I go like this, you just naturally do whatever you would do. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
He naturally did that, okay? Which opened up that hole.
Naturally get that hand out
Yeah,
of the
he
face.
naturally did. I don't care if I'm not even trying to hit him there. Okay? That, I had to get a reaction. Now that I have contact, I can go that way, I can go that way, I can go a lot of ways. I'll probably go this way. Okay, one, it's probably two, now I'm in a superior position.
You are.
Okay? So I just like, it's just easier to, all right, buddy, come on. You know, I kind of have a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Now, you know, he's going to punch with that arm. I get, go ahead, punch with that arm. You know he's going to punch on back over here. Okay? And he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep punching me. Of course, I also know Lewis. You know, and we'll just, see, now I'm starting to grab him.
This is where it starts. I'm telling you,
This
this
is
is
where I
where
start to grab him. Okay? So I'll transition into grab him. Okay? Yeah. All right, so let's see here. We got front kick, got round kick. Well, let's try this kick. We talked about it. Okay, I come up here and come across. Okay? But remember, this motion can be here, it can be here, it can be all the way up. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that is also a sweep. Okay? So you can sweep, or you can kick. Okay? Alright, so you come. Or you can come out. Now, when I come out, my hips are really like this when I strike with this one. I'm actually kind of like this. My hips are actually kind of the other way.
This I want never.
Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. Not so much here. I actually kind of turn like this and let it whip out this way. Now, make a guard. So he keeps his hands, he keeps pretty tight. He keeps them pretty close, which is fine. That's not a big deal. Okay? But those two kicks I just showed you can come through here and lower this on. Okay, so if I use the back one, would look like that. Okay, and if I use the front one, it would look like that. So I don't actually have to go to his head with that. I could do this and oops, okay, and then I'll fall forward. And now I'm touching it. I'm in a better position than here. I prefer to be over here a little bit, but this is good enough. Okay, he's kind of off balance.
I wasn't so heavy.
A lot of times when they get off balance like that a little bit, they might try to kick with that.
Yeah.
Once they get it light. See, yeah, he might do that. But at the same time, I have slow motion to bring that. I might jam it, and then he's still off balance. Okay, so this, you can see why I kind of like to the outside, and then always touch something. Okay? All right, so if you want to, you can sit an arm here and just move that arm. With the crescent kick. Move that arm with the crescent kick. Yeah, or the other way. No. Well, you can go that way. You can go either way. I always like to go to the back side, because by going to the back side, it gets me better. If I go to the inside, he's pretty strong. He might actually jam me up. He's got a lot of strength there. I may not get past.
Okay. So you want
I
to
like
this
to come this way. I think safer. Okay. If you guys want to give each other a target, you can do that.
Yeah.
Or you could come up on this dummy here, and you don't ever get hurt. You sit here.
You want to do
Just
each
keep
other?
doing it.
We'll try each other.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. All right. You pull it, push it down with your kick.
Pull it down. Yeah, now you're starting to think.
Go.
This.
There you go. See, you're starting to put all those moves together. Except I didn't teach you to punch like this.
Huh? Oh, it's my boxing one I couldn't.
You gotta practice. Go straight.
What you did is okay if you're coming in here. But it's not one of those. It's, see, he won't let me touch it. He's the luckiest guy I know. Now just let me show you. I'm not gonna hurt you.
He told me about this one. He told me about this
It's
one.
not even the one. The one's
I haven't even showed him. Nobody will let me even touch it. Okay, I'll
just
do it on Bob.
It's just reaction.
Right here is and you can do it yourself. It hurts a little bit. One thing, I try not to punch here because those teeth, one might take out a tooth, which is a liability, which also might catch your teeth. So when I come up in and touch, I'll apply pressure. Okay. If I want the downward motion, I want them to go down, I have to do it. You can say all that, it just gets annoying. Okay. But if I'm grappling, I may take that down too. And you see how his legs kind of start to buckle a little bit. You can kind of start controlling with points. So pay attention. When you push so much, see what the body does. Because you can just start using that. Okay. So if I push them up, so just look at everything where we like to be. If I push here, I'm already kind of getting to my 45 just by doing that. Okay. If I push upward, you kind kind of goes up, or if I push down, look at this. Now, look at this. Okay, so just start paying attention. That's why when you go fast, you don't see this stuff. You have to slow down to see this stuff. But once you get it, you go, oh, well, I'm gonna do this.
You want to practice that on each other?
Yeah, you could just. I wouldn't give you precise points, but it's right up in here, up into the jaw. You can go up or down.
Okay.
If you want to knock them out, so to speak, you go up. And if you want their legs to collapse, you go down.
So you can knock them out with the finger, or would it be like the punch, trying to go up?
Probably be something like
Okay.
that. The smaller, the sharper the object. Fist, no, because when I apply pressure, it doesn't do quite so much. When you dig in, okay, it's a lot more. There's a lot more going on. It's just you don't get up under in there. It's such a large surface that you don't get in where you need to.
It'll be better if you're in a grapple position, so you can hold on
It
to
would be
them
better to be grabbed.
and apply pressure instead of they're just gonna go back.
So it depends what we want to do with them. That's the weapon point that we should see. Does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah.
that one's just kind of, I just threw that out there. I don't think you actually use that one too much, but it's a good one. You see what it does.
Yeah.
So when you go up, see what the body does, and you go down, see what the body does. Okay. So if I go up, just watch it. Okay, so that opened up, and that opened up. Okay. If I'm in here and I go down, see look at all this stuff, just different targets. And it just depends what I want to do with it. You know, I already know that I want to do this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I use points to do that. I came in, I used the one that I showed you, and then, see this one here? This one. And this one, it goes together. Now I'm going to switch. I'll come into this. That class is fun. And so, these subtle movements don't, it might look like I'm just doing, it might look like I'm just kind of doing this kind of thing. But really, I'm digging in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm digging in. So I know I said a lot, so I'll let you go ahead, up or down, and just play with it, see what the body does. Okay,
Go first.
Go first.
Okay.
It's
So-
not a hit. It's not necessarily a hit. It's actually,
I feel it, yeah.
well, you can hit it.
Yeah, right there.
You can hit it.
Maybe because this one's short, try this one. Yeah.
You can hit it.
So we're not actually doing our finger. We're gonna be doing like this, right?
Remember, you kind of are grappling a lot. You might do like this.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying? The thumb is probably more realistic, at
Okay.
least in grappling.
Like, so I'll be like,
Yeah, you guys might be in here like this, and you might just sneak that up in
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So who's attacking this one? You're attacking.
You can go right through there.
Okay.
So you're both kind of, each of you always have that opportunity. Okay, so Louis and I, he could do this to me at any given time. He could just come up. Okay, and he'll get me. Okay, go ahead. He does that. See, then I can do it back. Okay. So at any given moment, you each can kind of throw it in there.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
See, what makes it hard is you kind of know what each of
Yeah,
them are trying
yeah.
to do.
Oh, that was good.
No, that was hard.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I gotta say something. So, okay. He probably liked the massage you gave him. There's a lot, that's not a great target, per se, the butt. So aim, get up here in these ribs a little bit. Okay. Now, when you see kickboxers, they're always going for this, put your arm down right there. Right about where his finger comes down in here. This is what they call gallbladder. I'm not expecting you to, but as long as you know what happens. And you see those kickboxers, wham! Okay, you see me do it. But if you want him to go to the ground, so to speak, you hit that point down. Okay, so we could be grappling or something. I could be like this, and I'll hit that point down. Or I'll be like this, I'll hit that point down. Or in your case, when you were like this, I'll take it like this. See, he's already moved. He won't even let me hit it.
I'm sorry.
He won't let me hit it. He's just like that.
It's just reaction.
It is. He's already there. He's already saying
there.
something.
Yeah.
So when you come through here, just kick that down. So that one's going down. Okay, now I've got some pressure. Now I've got this too. I've got him going all different directions, and then you go to that point we just talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the kick that you did would be better here or here.
Okay.
Downward here. It keeps that floating right here.
So when you're trying to make them, what's it called?
Give him that
Collapse.
dead leg.
You don't hit here, you actually hit a little bit higher.
Well, there's other points too.
Okay.
Okay. Yes and no.
Okay.
If I'm behind him,
What's the difference?
if I'm behind him, I could come in here or here, either way. And that'll bend him. Or you can just put it behind him too. Okay, now we're back to always. You can come back this way. And that one that you're wearing. This way. I mean, I'm trying to stick with things that you kind of know.
Yeah.
And if I could throw you 100 things and I've already overwhelmed you with enough stuff that you should know for like months. You know what I'm saying? I hate to feel like shit. Alright, so let's see. Okay, hands up. Alright, so we don't actually have to go for the body as a part. We've already kind of started with that. When I see Lewis, I go, shit, he's going to move around, he's going to come in hard.
Yeah.
I might sit like this and I might choose, wham, aim for this hand. And
Sorry,
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I mean, and I'll take these knuckles and I'll come right in. Ooh. And see how you can already tell that's going to hurt.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay, so I don't even have to hit him in the head. I can get him. So a new target. Right there. Okay. So if he jabs, okay, here's my block.
Instead of just pushing out, I just.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a block. There's a counter. Okay, there's a counter. Don't use the term block. We don't really block anything. Counter it. And if I can destroy it in the process, that's great. So if I'm like this and that's slowly coming out, I go ahead, try that. Bam, there's that. Okay. So just keep that in mind, that's a new target for you. And vice versa. So if this one comes out, I'll hit the inside too. And I'll hit anywhere around this area, with that radius. If, right, you know what the funny bone
Yeah.
is? Okay, so if you come into that funny bone, ooh, that'll take deep. So you know, you might be going wham, wham, and try to get, and then the next head would be right in here, just come up in the arm. You're really dead in their arm. They kind of go like this. And when they're like this, you can get closer to it,
Yeah.
right? When they're out here like this, and you smack them, you kind of come in, and now they're almost scared to come sometimes. Okay, it's just a strategy. So as you guys are working around, a lot of times we'll put gloves on. We'll put the boxing gloves on, and then it doesn't hurt, and you can get kind of hard.
Yeah.
The one bare knuckles, I was very happy with the hurts. I mean, this is a grinder's. That grinding hurts. Look at it. Look at what I did to him. Look at what his body did.
Yeah.
Right? I opened up that. I opened up that. Opened up that. Just by him seeing what he's going to do. Look at that.
Yeah.
There was a choke and some rear end hits. There was some hits just by doing it. That's why I'm.
No.
So he gave me a thumb.
Oh.
Okay, now look. Do you see? Look what he did. Now we'll simulate it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay. Look what he did. Look at that.
Yeah.
He opened up that front end for me.
And all you can think about is that.
He's
So
only
you're
thinking
not
of this.
looking
Yeah.
at it.
He's only thinking of this part right
Let
here.
go of my thumb, yeah.
And just the fact that I just kind of dig in. He's all.
I'm sorry, my bad.
I'll
Sorry.
move it for you. I was kind of off balance.
It's not a I'm scared, just reaction.
Yeah.
React.
He overreacts.
And
So if I go like this, you know, he defended.
Yeah.
He never attacked. So now, think of it, I'll just put this in my hip here, so. Yeah, that's kind of all I did to you. Okay, so now you're starting, okay. So you're attacking those weapons that are coming at you. So, I don't know, this, best way to practice that per se is, you put gloves on and go for the knuckles.
Yeah.
Do you have an gloves?
I do. Let me see here. Here's a pair here. Just throw these on. Practice practice this thing. But kind of make that your specific target. Otherwise, you're going to be.
Train for right now. Practice on hitting those joints. No, I mean.
Yeah, just focus right. Yeah, focus right there with these. Probably a little targets. You know, aim for the back of the hand. These meta.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to pick up after this. I had to leave at 5:30 because I gotta go and get ready for work. I go at 7.
Okay.
I still have to go to Walmart.
Well, it's already 5:45.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
If you gotta go,
Yeah.
go.
Next time we'll pick up with the gloves or wherever you
No,
want.
do what you gotta do. I know big deal.
Yeah.
I know Rick didn't have to be anywhere, so he wants to stay able to work a little bit.
I still need to go to Walmart and buy some scrubs and now I'm gonna wash it. So,
All right, man.
thanks man.
All right.
That was
See you.
fun. Yeah.
See you
See
next
ya.
week.
Yeah, next week.
No?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
You're
I'll
fine.
get one too, Pat.
You're fine. You gotta go?
No,
Are you gonna stay? Okay.
I'll stay.
So if you want to, you can practice hitting my hands.
Okay.
Targets and you please.
Yeah.
Where's that other here? You gonna go over here?
Right here.
Oh, there we go. So let's start. Where will we let it off? Lewis has done a little more karate. He has a little more
Yeah.
stuff. So for us to kind of catch up a little bit, and then we'll
I'll bring my.
I'll teach you a takedown and some self-defense and stuff to kind of catch up.
Do you want me to bring up my my gi tomorrow? I mean next time.
You know, I don't really care what you guys wear in here per se. If you, especially in the summer when it's hot like this, I just,
Okay.
as a minimum, maybe a solid t-shirt like this, perfect.
All right, we'll do.
I have a school shirt which I wear, but solid shirt. I really don't care.
Okay.
I really don't care. This isn't a formal class. It's kind of informal. We're just here to share experiences.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sitting here like this, and you either of those hands, okay? And I'm going to start jab. I won't hit you,
Okay.
but I'll aim. I'll come close.
All right, guys. See you.
But that's to get
See
you
you, Luis.
to go ahead and try to hit this, okay?
Okay.
So at first I'm just going to move, and you can just use it as a target. Now if you switch my stance, that throws out and forward. And if I jab it out there, okay? If I jab it out there, there you go. See, jab it out there. You can kind of get there. Now, I want you to get in my face. Okay? Don't move away from me. Okay? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
So always move forward. Or the sideways move is perfect. Okay? Come at me instead when you do that. And you'll see you'll be positioned better. Okay, so I'm in here.
But then I don't know what to do when I get close.
That's okay. We ain't got there yet. I know that. That's all right. That's why you were backing up. But I'm going to tell you, let's not back up right now. Let's get in my.
Yeah.
Almost done. When I come in here, I'm just over. I'm not doing anything. Okay.
Yeah.
But you've got that good position.
Okay.
Okay. So don't be scared to get it. Try to read it. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to- yeah, just come on in. And you can see that, I can tell you want to punch that. That's, you can't, that's not, you can throw that up there, or, you know, I mean, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, yeah, focus is to hit that, okay? Now, there's right here. So, it's a funny ball. So I haven't really showed you the hook that you're hitting there. Okay? You can hit there or there. So with this motion I can hit there. This motion I can hit here, and I can come down onto this one. This might not be as effective on you, but it'll cause a dead arm. Okay. So I will pad myself and we can attack this. So I'm just going to pad my Now I'll put this target
Yeah.
right where I want you to hit.
Okay.
Because that's what it's at. Okay? So now you kind of have the visual of that. So now you got two targets for me. You got 1, 2, 3 targets. Okay? So those are your targets. So when it's in, if I go like this, there it is. Okay. Let's do that. All right, maybe I should teach you the targets.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay, so. Okay, so we know that jab, we kind of do this. We know cross, we kind of do this. What we're going to do is we're going to punch from where this is, but it's going to come this way. I don't really do this. It kind of just whips this way.
It's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of a little whipping. It's a, kind of a, but when I usually do it, I use it for like this or this. It's a brazen. It's not a heavy blow, but I'm trying. Now come into your body here. That's still the same thing. So let's go. There's this little baby circle right here that gets it kind of generated, but then the body does all the work. So if you could, if I'm going to tell you not to move your arms, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, you're not actually, I want the body to do that for you. Okay? Most of you see a lot of people, they're just using their arms.
Yeah.
And I want you to let your body, okay, and then you can start to feel that little rock in motion, but let the body, and then you can take that little circular vibration almost.
So with the foot movement, a jab would be just like this, right?
A jab actually does this officially. There might be variations of how much training there is, depending on how close you are. The farther away I am, probably more general.
Okay.
The more I reach it, I might get a little closer. I don't need quite need to reach anyway. So let the body do as much of the work. Always let the body do the work in the hips. Okay, so for instance, if I don't do this and I push off the floor here and see how that's kind of throwing that shoulder forward, and then my arm will start to move eventually. But all that comes from the floor.
Yep.
So you get more power that way. But don't sacrifice, just hit it. Don't try to kill it. Because you don't have to.
Yeah.
You're active, you don't have to be strong. That's like when you get old like me, you don't have to get on. You get soft. You get plenty of reaction.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, so it's coming from the floor. Kind of the body weight's doing it. The body weight. It starts. And then you can start adding the little whipping motions of those hands. Let the body almost get it started. But not so much that it tells. That's what gets hard.
Okay.
So if you see me go, you see that motion. So sometimes just doing that might camouflage that, even though I didn't do anything with that.
Right.
It's just kind of catching the air, distracting. Bam, bam. So you got this target, and this target will be for one hand, and the other hand is nothing. I'll reach it out there so you can get to it. Okay, now start to grab that one. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that's cool. Bump the shit out of me, man. That's good move. It just throws me off. I can't. If I'm off balance, I can't hurt you. Now there is something. I'll introduce this. Okay, so if you push hard on that shoulder, Okay, that hand flies forward. You got to kind of know that.
Okay.
And the same thing, when you push me back like this, go ahead, push here, my leg might come up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just got to know that. You know, have you ever seen the thing, that dummy?
Yeah.
Where if you hit the arm, you go, okay. You got to think like that too. A lot of Kung Fu guys kind of use that idea. That. So you,
I don't like the funny bone one because I gotta go inside.
right.
You know?
Now, let's see. No, that cancels that out. But there's, I haven't showed you this one, but you can actually do it, you can just do your hips. There's that uppercut too. So if I'm hooking here, you can come up underneath that too. Right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you gotta realize that your head has to move. So you probably come to this one. Okay. So if this is here, I might slip it. And I'll do it this way. So I don't have to go ahead and bring that in. I don't actually have to touch anything. So go ahead and do that. See, I'm kind of here where I wanted to be, right? Okay. So if I want to, as I'm coming through, go ahead and I can get that hit there if I wanted to.
Yeah.
That's an option.
That's a good counter.
That's a good counter. A lot of times, so I'll bring some of these, and I want you to, let's see which way was I going to shoot this to you this way. So if I see an arm coming this way, it'll be easier if you put your right foot in front. You're going to duck that. Duck that. And you might see that hit.
Yeah.
Or you might hit it with this one.
Well, uppercut with that.
Yeah.
This one's wrong.
So when I saw this here, okay, as long as I get underneath my head, okay, I'm not good with my head. You know, or I can come up with either arm or whatever. But that's kind of aggressive, kind of fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, when I go, this leg is gonna, when I see that, go ahead and punch in my head like that one. Like that. So for your purposes, you're gonna step and duck. Might be your hip. Look at me with your eyes up. So you can kind of still see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay? And then it says slightly more forward. Try to smell my armpit. It's just safer there. It's just safer, okay? Okay. So you have two choices. Either you have to be here, or you have to be there.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Okay.
Now prefer that you're over there.
Yeah.
It's always best. But sometimes you get stuck on the middle, and you get stuck on the middle, you can actually do this to get back out. You know, we're stuck in here, you know, I'm stuck in the middle. I don't like to be in the middle. Now, when you cross, go ahead. When you punch this way, you want this one in this hand, you put me on that side.
Yeah, I don't want to put you on the other.
You put me on that side. Okay? But at the same deal, when you do that haymark maneuver, you know, put me on that side too. This is your national credit, which is good. All right, so I'm going to shoot this at you a few times, and you just get used to seeing that coming at you. Okay? And some boxers put their hands on their heads. I just punch. Okay. If I see him come up, wherever, if I see him cover,
Yeah.
just tap it.
Yeah.
Don't even move it. Just attack it.
Yeah.
Okay, you see me like that. Punch it. It's
Yeah.
the same heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
go right through my whole body. Okay. So at least when it's not attached to anything, there's some flexibility.
Yeah.
Kind of protects me. Okay, so I'm going to throw a bunch of hooks so you already know what's coming.
Right.
Okay, so just get used to seeing it. But look at me, I kind of see me. The movement part's good. Move towards me. Move. Brush against me. Yeah, touch me. That's good. Oh, good. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna start coming this way. Okay. See that? This way. And this No, this way. It gets hard. You cannot dodge everything, okay?
Yeah.
So I can't dodge
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I'm gonna get hit a few times. Hopefully I hit you a few more times and you get
Yeah.
more efficient. Okay. So, you know, with me, you know,
While you're dodging, I could just go with
Oh.
the uppercut.
there it is. So, go ahead, slow motion like that. You know, I'm just in a bad position. I'm just in a bad position already. So I've got to get ahead. But almost all the moves I do will somehow position you so I can get to the outside or take you off balance. Almost everything I do, I try to get you.
Yeah.
You know, like this
Some
one
kind of
here
different
screw,
moves,
so I
yeah.
can kind of, I could even take you down and punch you from that. Yeah, you kind of want to let me do stuff,
Yeah.
and you won't get hurt.
Don't force it. Yeah.
I have force, and then I have, actually, I do different things depending on the resistance. So
Yeah.
if there's a lot of resistance, you guys are strong, both of you. There's a lot of muscle strength, so I can get down
Yeah.
inside of the tendons and stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta get past that muscle. Okay, so both of you guys have good arms. There's no, you're weak here. It's all tendon.
Yeah.
There's no muscle.
Right.
Okay. You guys are strong in here, and I've got to work my way in. I've got to stretch the nerve. And you can kind of start to, you're kind of cringing a little bit, but not too bad. You can get it. But if I hit, and all this kind of restores it. It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
And you bump your head, you go, ah, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's a natural healing. See, I can see you kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I should do jab, which you can defend with one, you know. Okay. Cross, you can defend kind of either way. Okay. The hook, you've kind of learned a little bit about the hook a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's talk about those kicks then.
Okay.
So, the front kick here, I don't really like. I'm just trying to think how I want to train you because if you do, when I see a front kick, if you bring try to do the front kick, I'll just parry it like that. Okay. I usually don't drop my arms. Although, go ahead. I could go ahead and start batting with knuckles and stuff and try to push that down. But I don't like to do that because then my face is open here. So when I see that, either I'll go ahead and I'll just raise this leg. Go ahead and raise it up, and then I'm going to count. If I sense that it's more on this side, like we're kind of here, I'm not coming this side, I'm going to count. Okay. At least for that front kick. Okay, so I'll bring in front kick. And if you sense it slightly more here, you probably bring this leg up and you just raise your leg, move it over just a few inches. That's it. Just you don't have to whack it now. You can. You know how we were aiming at the funny bone?
Yeah.
You can aim it right there
Oh, okay.
if you want to.
Yeah.
So when this hook comes up this way, yeah, just carry it over a little bit. Right? Carry it and then you can fall into it. See, now we're in the fight range, so to speak. Okay? If for some reason, or if you're in that stance, you're probably carrying it that way because you have the weight on it. You naturally do.
Yeah.
But just a little bit. But see, now you're at 45. Look at that. Look, see, now you're at 45. Look at that. I'm kind of screwed here.
Yeah.
Just on the inside. Now you're going to inside. Yeah, perfect. That's all right. Yeah, don't just a little left, a little right. You kind of, I think you'll naturally do it.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Okay.
You'll naturally,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Just naturally do it. Don't forget it. There you go. Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Now, if I know you're going to do that and you just think, okay, go ahead and kick. See, I'll just put my foot there, I'll just jam it, I'll just touch it.
Yeah.
In fact, all I have to do is just touch that. That leg is totally torched.
Yeah.
Things like touch it. I mean, if I'm down here, of course, I'm all vulnerable, but
Yeah.
you got, I wouldn't do that. But I could just touch. Just touch. Just touch that.
My natural reaction would be just put the leg up.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's okay. You just gotta know that.
Well, I would just be blocking actually. I wouldn't
You
be
wouldn't be
countering.
blocking, but you can change that. Do what you just did, that's enough, okay? Think about tapping this.
Oh.
So that, but you're too fast. Okay. So bring up a kick here,
Oh yeah.
aim it. Okay. Or bring up that kick, I could still try to kick it too, I can block it. Soft. Yes, there's this.
Oh, that's better.
Okay. I think you'll actually do that. I'm throwing a lot at you. This is not easy. Okay, I'm throwing a lot at you. There you go.
Get out of my face.
There you go. All right, so that's what I usually do that. Carry that on. If I chose to use a hand, this is one of the rare times I would actually move back. Okay? So if you kick, I go ahead and I move back. To do that. And you try to do it.
Yeah.
And what happens is, if you get hit hard here, and when you step on the ground,
Yeah.
it doesn't
But
hurt
the leg, yeah, you
until you
can't.
put weight on it. Then it hurts. Okay, so that's okay, we did round kick. You can kind of do the same thing with round kick. You just bring the body up. Because I don't know your skill level, I'm going to do what I don't. I'm not sure if the kick's coming to my head or my leg or in here. So this is kind of a universal walk for that. So if you bring that round kick up, you kind of come like this. And I really never know where I'm going to block that. Okay? I have a pretty good chance that you're not going to be able to, that I can do this,
Yeah.
and then I'll be able to use this, and then I'll probably be stupid. But I can't rely on it. Okay, so this is kind of a universal blocks. Okay? But again, I don't like to block. I like to attack something. So when this is moving, attack it. There it is. When this is moving, attack it. Attack. Yeah, you get both. Perfect. Okay. This one's coming in. Attack. There it is. Okay. And even right there, well, there's three. There's the target right there. Where? There.
There's so many targets, I don't know which one to hit.
That's why if I feed you too much, it's like, if I just teach you one kick and one punch, you'd be better off almost.
Yeah.
I give you too many options. Okay, so you just start to see targets that weren't targets before. Okay, good. It's not a kick. Now, in the old days, we used to, I'll come down with this. Okay, do that round kick up here. We would come like this way. We would track them here. See how it kind of gets trapped in there. And then, as you were doing that, if I kick up as high as you can go, I would be moving forward. Okay? Which is good. Or, if I need to go ahead and do that kick, I'll just move like that. So when you kick, I didn't even
You're already
block.
right here.
I didn't block.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, get my hands down. But when I see that and you do that, I just, but it just depends on how my weight is too as to which.
I'm not a big fan of kicks because you're on one leg, you lose your balance, I don't know. Maybe if I have more practice with it, I'll be more quicker.
Well, yeah, there's split fighters and there's hand fighters. And you're right. The thing about a kick, you may not want to lead with it.
If I'm gonna kick, I need to know grappling, ground, because
Yeah,
it's gonna get held on to.
Exactly. When I did that, that's the take. For the round kick, go ahead and bring the round kick. I can bring it up. Still okay. Go ahead again. I can bring it up and then I get that kick. Okay. Do it again. Move. Like that for me. Okay. Or again. I use it fast.
Yeah.
Just change it up before you get it. Okay. That's if I know it's coming. Kind of got some basic defenses, some ideas, and some targets. Okay, let's take these grab some throw the punches. I guess I'll teach you a takedown because Lewis is going to do this to you. So I might as well help you now. Because I know he likes that. He prefers that, but in my opinion, you gotta know how to do it, but you shouldn't have to. You screw up and you're in grappling mode, you still do all the same things again. There's all kinds of crazy fancy throws. So we'll try to keep it simple. Go ahead and grab one more mat. Let's walk that way. There you go. Marks there. Okay, so one of the moves you've already kind of learned is this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can choose to go up and then down.
Yeah.
Okay. But I kind of have this. I can do both things with this too. I can dig in and then I can come up.
Yep.
Okay. That's just a possibility.
Yeah.
So we're going to have this on. However, you've got to come up in this move that you know here. Yeah, use that thumb. And I like to, I might be resistive here, but you get me go up, now go around the corner and then come back down. So go around. Okay, so I kind of go up, around, and then take it down. So here. So I go up. Oh, yeah, get up over there.
Okay.
Use your thumb. Go up, around, kind of
Around.
think of that. I'm going to take you around and down. Yes, there you go. Good. And then go ahead and just, now once I get to here, you could force me with my arms, or you could go ahead and take out that leg with that, probably with that back leg. Very right like that. Okay.
With the knee or with the leg?
Probably with the knee. Okay. So I had you like this, and I could take you there. And in this case, I don't really have to too much, but I can. I won't go unless you do it really pretty nice. Okay, so there it is. Now, go ahead. You get to there, now what are you going to do? Yeah, there. See, now, okay. Okay, so you can kind of see that. You just step into it. These hands free, so it's right there.
It's right here? Right there. And then do I pull down or up? Go up and then?
Yeah, kind of get my body to shoot this way, and then.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now look.
Yep.
Okay. I'm only teaching. There are 100 other things I could do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep you within the scope of the ones I've shown you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take me down, however. Okay. See, I Okay, this is where it gets difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna resist on this one. Okay, go ahead. Up.
Up, and then down.
Now, let's get some movement this time. So, I might move forward with that, and then as I turn my body, now I'll move my foot and put you there.
Mhm.
I'll move my foot.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. That one too. Okay. So now you're gonna get a choice. Okay, well I'll get like this. There's your kick right there. Front kick I got you. Ball your foot. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that way. You can do that way. Ball your foot. Yeah, either way. Okay, that because you let go of me. You probably keep an arm or something.
Yeah.
And now you've got more options. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay? Just at that instant, that's probably what you should have done. So, just, it's not over, but I'm gonna, until we redo like this.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to do a technique when I'm not really incapacitated. I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
And you're just like running, but you haven't done that.
Yeah.
You
I
see
gotta
what I'm
keep
saying?
going.
I'm not injured. I'm just in a different spot. I'm just fighting from there instead of here. That's all you gain. That's why I don't like blocking because.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just see what happens as we go. Okay, so we come up in here. Now, come on that opposite side. You gotta push it. You see how you push it
Yeah.
away?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now see now, I'm ready and done. Let's
Yeah.
almost there. Okay. If you have shoes, you can do the kick the way you did. But you don't, pull your toes back. Or bring that heel in there.
Yeah.
So, from here. So, what I try to do is I try to trap this. If I push on this foot, you're just going to move your foot.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I can't let you move your foot. So, I'm just going to be in this position. So, it's just a matter of me bumping here or bumping here. Okay, let's do it. Now I'll crawl up your body on these
Yeah.
points. Okay,
Yeah.
it does hurt. I'll be careful. But I'll crawl up on these points. This is all along here. I'll foot weight.
Yeah.
It's just painful. Okay.
That makes me go back.
You kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll crawl up that
Yeah.
way.
Huh.
I'll let you go. Okay, so I'll take you down, I guess. Okay. Got you here. Okay, so because of your positioning, I'm not sure which leg you think you can get a hold of.
This one?
Okay. Now, from there, you can punch right there. Okay, go ahead. I'll do that. Okay. And then you can just roll into your mouth. Or even roll on this leg at that point. Just roll. You can actually just roll on that and just keep rolling. See, you're going to take it down.
Okay.
So the next roll you're going to learn is don't put your back to me. Try to do these things without. Go ahead and roll it. Okay, so from here you can trap this foot, and you're gonna. Now I can't step. Ideally, you'd roll into this or punch into this. And I should end up over there. So you can come forward. Bam, right there. Okay. Now, from there you gotta get. Probably should get that on. Okay. Now you can attack here with grind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And grind right in there, knees or whatever. Now you gotta be careful because I'm still here. Because when you're right here, I go back to the move I just showed you.
Yeah.
All those 100 things I can do, but I'll just teach you the moves you know.
Yeah.
So from here, you're gonna do one of two things. Okay. Either you've got to roll out to your stomach and comes back in like a freaking buff. What's it called? Rhinoceros. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay, roll back down. Okay. Or you're going to have to turn back into me real quick.
Yeah.
Get back into me, but be careful. Go back. Okay. Turn into me. Go ahead. Okay. I'm going to get these hits. You got to be careful with that. So you got to think, how am I going to do this and not get hit?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. You know, go ahead. We're actually in the same position for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'll probably cover these arms and I'll cover this. Now, this is a good position for me. Okay? And what's weird about it, go ahead, get the stretch on is, you see,
Yeah.
I've got gravity working for me. You really have to get your, see, my shoulders are allowed to move better than yours.
Yeah.
So I've got, even if I had longer arms or shorter arms, I actually have better reach
Yeah.
than you do. Okay? Now, since you only know some, you know that you can do this here too. Okay? I'm teaching you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
And I can
Yeah.
attack those things too. Okay, so let's probably work on that tip tape down, okay? Go ahead and get over to the ground. Alright, so trap this foot with something and then lean on this leg. Yeah, that's it. That would be fine. Because there's a lot of ways you can do that. Okay, stand up. Sorry. You know, I'm just a buffalo. I'm just but it doesn't matter how we do it. That's just something to look for. Okay? All right, so I'll just position you where I want you. So I'm going to try to sit there. I like to sit there. Okay? You don't want me to sit there per se. But in order for me to get there, I have to do this. So I can get my leg over. Okay? And get me in that position. Like this. And you want to sit here. You have to push that leg across. Go ahead. Push that leg across. Now, yeah. Yes, perfect. Just like that. Now, I don't want to do it first.
You don't want to.
I do.
Okay.
I want to go right like this.
Okay.
Okay. So, now we're back. Now, let's take 6 feet. I'll switch it. Okay, this leg here, feel that trap?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is trap that leg. So now, and I'll raise my hips, and I'm just going to lower you that one. Okay, so I'm going to raise my hips. Now, I'm good. Go ahead, wrap it around. Come on. Sorry. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay. This is a secondary movement. I kind of like to sit there. Okay? You stood up, hands bunching, and you can kind of do that. I gotta be careful. But when you come in here, okay, you grind that out. Yeah. So now, I'll lean on this, that hurts. Okay? Or pass one of the legs. Pass the other leg. Okay? Now, trap this leg. Good. And second. Okay.
Okay.
Now. Trap that leg here. You don't want me to post this arm, so grab this arm somehow. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now you're going to lift your hips and push me that way. Lift your hips and push me that way. There you go. So now in this position.
Okay.
Now from this position, to get past this, you can apply pressure here. That brings it down, and then just keep that pressure and crawl this leg up on there. Yeah. I like that, that's fine. And then you're half in. You gotta do something with this leg. Either press it straight down, right, and you can crawl over, or you do the spread eagle. You do the spread eagle. Like that. And then you can, now my nuts are, you can get a nut back on the leg.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a transition. I'm kind of looking for. So I'll try to remember all those that I showed you. I haven't showed you this yet. So we might show you. Okay, so this. Now, I immediately want,
Oh, nice.
okay?
Beautiful takedown.
As soon as you can, it's a good position. Okay, so we're in here, there's that. I get in position. See, I do that. Yeah, I almost did that for you.
All right.
Now you're in good position. Okay, so I don't want you there to let you post, which I'm still fighting for. I didn't quite get it, but I did. Okay. Real comfortable here. You get to a point to where you kind of let it sometimes.
Yeah.
You really grappling with Lewis, he won't give you it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now back in this position.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's go